tornado caused massive destruction. The mayor...
Where were you on that day when everything hit?
I was headed out to the Pratt City area.
Okay.
You know, I had been in my office and we were tracking the storm all the way from Tuscaloosa to Birmingham. The tornado, it was one tornado that set down there and came this way. And we knew that it was going to hit somewhere on the western side of town. And we just got in the car and headed that way. And while we were on I-20-59, I got a call from my fire chief saying that the fire station had been hit. No mention about the other area, you know, the residential area. And by the time I got on the scene, it was just devastation everywhere, just everywhere.
Why in the world would you drive toward it?
That's what the mayor's supposed to do.
Get your Iron Man suit on, you know?
Yeah,
that's what you're looking for, just the bullet points.
Yeah, this is for the mayor here.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Harry.
I no problem.
You know, you could visibly see it coming. So we stayed to the south of the path, and because initially they were saying that it was going to hit downtown Birmingham and the airport, and it shifted, and you could literally see it shift. Yeah, you could literally see it shift. And by the time I got to Arkadelphia, that's when I got the call that the fire station had been hit. And it was like watching a Michael Jackson Thriller video with, you know, people coming up out of the rubble and cut up and bruised up.
So you were right there on the scene watching people come out.
Yeah. It was about 5 minutes after it hit. We had gotten there.
Well, that'd be a good way to set it all up. How about that?
Okay, that's fine.
That'd be great. Wow.
We have cloudy skies, 68 degrees. Your next news at 9. I'm Leah Brandon on News Radio 105.5 WERC and iHeart Radio Station.
Thank you, Leah. Good morning. 8:33 is your time. My name is Scott Fitzgerald. Glad that you're with us here today. Very special edition of Birmingham's Morning News as we look back at April 27th. And the events that changed so many people's lives. And Mayor William Bell joins us here in the studio. And Mayor, I'd have to imagine that is a day that will be stuck in your head forever and ever and
Absolutely.
Ever. Tell me what the day was like for you.
Well, you know, we had a storm earlier that morning, in which we had a lot of trees knocked down on the eastern side of Birmingham. But we kept getting reports that the major storm would be coming in late that afternoon, early evening. And we began to track the storm. We made preparations with the Boutwell Auditorium being an emergency relief center and so forth. And so we prepared ourselves as much as we could, but we didn't know the track of the storm. Around 4 o'clock, somewhere along in there, we knew the storm was bearing down on Tuscaloosa, and then we got word that the tornado had struck that area. And I was watching it on TV, and that tornado literally stayed on the ground all the way from Tuscaloosa to Birmingham. And we were following the path of the storm. We were getting information from our EMA department letting us know the path of it, and we were headed towards that direction on the western side of town. By the time I got to...
so you were literally driving towards where the tornado was coming?
Yes. And we got word, by the time we had reached Arkadelphia at I-20, we had gotten word that our fire station had been hit. Nothing but the fire station had been hit. By the time I had gotten out there, which was about 5 minutes later, literally that whole area looked like a bomb had hit it, and you saw people physically coming up out of the rubble.
So wait a minute, once again, Mayor William Bell is with us here today. So literally, when you showed up on the scene, it was right after, and people were still crawling out of the rubble?
Yes. People coming up out of the rubble, neighbors helping neighbors. Like I said, it was like a Michael Jackson Thriller video with people covered in blood and stumbling and staggering, and people were carrying each other they couldn't take them to the fire station, even though it was a natural instinct for people to head towards the fire station, knowing that was help.
Was not
but our first responders, meaning the fire personnel, EMS personnel, set up a triage at a little car wash next door to the fire station, and that's where they gave help to the individuals that were showing up there. And I'm not talking about 10, 20.
No.
I'm talking about thousands of people were making their way to that fire station. And literally, you could not walk 2 steps without stepping over rubble and debris and things of that nature.
And then people started moving into Boutwell Auditorium, and that was a welcome blessing for so many people. They just had nowhere else to go.
You know, Scott, when I arrived on that scene, I was overwhelmed by what I saw. And, you know, being the mayor, I'm supposed to have all the answers and could do everything. But as a human being, I was overwhelmed. But when I saw the first responders, our fire department, our police department, and then the volunteers just showing up, I mean, people just literally just came to that site to help. I knew that we would make it through this. We didn't know how many lives we had lost at the time. I thought it would have been in the hundreds, but we lost 2 individuals as a direct result of the tornado. And while any loss of life is important to that family and the community, we're just lucky we didn't have more people killed in that tornado.
Yeah, it's hard to phrase that, to use the word luck
Yes,
and
exactly,
deaths, and
exactly,
I certainly
exactly.
understand there. What was the balance like between what your heart was going through at that moment? Because I felt horrible, but then you have to just kind of cut your head off and just go and just do.
Well,
How did you do that?
as I stated, I was overwhelmed emotionally about what I was seeing. But then a woman grabbed me by the hand. She said, "Mayor, it's time to pray." And she took about what seemed like maybe 15 minutes, but in reality it was only about 3 minutes. And she, along with about 35 or 40 other individuals, formed a circle. And that woman prayed like I had never heard anybody pray. Any preacher that I've ever heard, she outprayed them.
She got him, huh? Okay.
But as she prayed, a sense of calmness, a sense of resoluteness came over me that, set aside your emotions. It's time to kick in the gear and make things happen.
Okay.
So we're excited about what's going on.
What have we learned, and how are we getting prepared for, God forbid, the next time it happens?
Well, we got a lot of construction going on, and people are building safe rooms. We understand now you got to be prepared because you never know what these storms hold. Even a simple measure about having a football helmet in the home for each family member, because most of the injuries were to the head,
yeah.
and that's the most vulnerable part.
Okay. Now, I know you put together a lot of great events and things to not necessarily celebrate, but at least a way to commemorate, and then to, the magic that all happened, in light of the people here. What's coming up this weekend that's important?
Well, this weekend we've got a concert. It's a free concert, but we're asking everyone to bring canned goods because we still have people in need out there in the community, and we want people to come and enjoy Reuben Studdard this afternoon as we thank the individuals and organizations for what they've done for this community. Tomorrow will be a day of service. It's going to be kicked off with a 5K run by the Legends of the Iron Bowl. And that event was put together by Bobby Humphrey and a number of his friends. You'll have people from the University of Alabama and Auburn University participating. And then we're asking young people to come out and give their time all day tomorrow because there's still a lot of work to be done.
Plenty to do.
Plenty of work to be done. And we'll continue to thank all of the individuals and organizations by recognitions and things of that nature. It will be culminated by a concert by
Taylor Hicks. Yeah,
Taylor
I'm
Hicks.
looking forward to that one. The guy with more gray hair than you.
Exactly. And he's still a kid. I can't understand that. Can't understand that.
Where does somebody go online if they want to find out more information?
Well, you can go onto our website, birminghamal.gov, and all of that information is listed out there. Yeah, and there's a link on your website as well.
On WERCFM.com. Mayor Bell, I know that's a busy day for you, and I thank you very much for taking the time to come with us. And as always, let us know what we can do to help, all right?
Will do. Thanks, Scott.
All right.